and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Miss Brianne, and welcome back to the Preschool Story Hour with Preschool Story Hour, the afternoon preschool story time session, where I read you a couple of stories and we sing some songs, and sometimes we even have a fun little activity for you to do. Now, as I mentioned in my previous video, the theme for the month of January is New Year's and Martin Luther King Jr. Day with a little bit of winter theme thrown in. Now, last week we learned a little bit about Martin Luther King Jr., but this week we're going to focus a little bit on winter, and plus we'll read our New Year's book as usual. But first, before we begin, we are going to start with our welcome song, The More We Get Together. And you know the drill, boys and girls. I sing first, and then all of the boys and girls can join me the second time around. You ready? Okay, here we go. The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Everybody! The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Alright, good job, boys and girls. Alright. So, we're going to read our New Year's book very shortly, but we're going to sing our New Year's Day song first. And now, as I mentioned before, all of the New Year's Day songs that you'll hear for the next few videos are from a website called the Early Childhood Academy. If you'd like to see the lyrics for these songs as well as other New Year's songs, please feel free to click on the link in this video description. But without further ado, let's start our song New Year's Day. So follow along on your song sheet, okay? Here we go. New Year's Day comes but once a year. On New Year's Eve we celebrate and ring it in with cheer. New Year's Day comes but once a year. On New Year's Eve we celebrate and ring it in with cheer. Everybody! New Year's Day comes but once a year. On New Year's Eve we celebrate and ring it in with cheer. New Year's Day comes but once a year. On New Year's Eve we celebrate and ring it in with cheer. Alright, good job, boys and girls. So we are going to read our first book for today. And this is the one that I read to you for every storytime session we have in January. It is called Angelina Ice Skates. Now, the author for Angelina Ice Skates is Katharine Holabird, and the author writes the words to the story. The illustrator is Helen Craig, and the illustrator draws the pictures for the story. And the publisher is Pleasant Company Publications. They're the ones who print out the book and send it to the bookstores to sell. Are we ready to begin? Here we go. Angelina absolutely loved snowy winter days when she could ice skate with her friends on Miller's Pond. The ice sparkled like glass, and they raced across it in pairs, practicing spins and twirls and figure eights. Everyone in the village was getting ready for New Year's Eve, and Angelina was preparing a special ice skating show. Her little cousin Henry wanted to be in the snow too, even though he often tumbled off the ice and fell into the snowbanks. someone to be the Snow King," said Angelina's friend Flora, pirouetting across the ice as the Snow Princess. "I'll be the king," shouted Henry, but then he tripped and slid into Alice, who was going to be the Snow Fairy. "You'd be a better snow shovel," said Alice, crossly as she dusted off her skates. Oops. "Don't worry, Henry," said Angelina. "Hold on to me and let's practice skating together." They linked their tails and tried to skate in a circle. But it wasn't easy on the slippery ice. Just then, Spike and Sammy, two big boys from school, raced by playing hockey and almost knocked them over. "Hey!" shouted Felicity, but the boys were already gone, laughing and yelling across the ice. "Never mind," said Angelina, helping Felicity get her balance. "Let me show you how to skate backward." So it looks like Angelina thinks this is going to be a one-time thing and the boys won't bother her anymore. So she's not really bothered by it. Do you think they'll try any trouble again? Well, let's read and find out. But before long, Spike and Sammy tore past again, spraying snow in all directions. When they zipped through Angelina's rehearsal a third time, she got angry. "Please stop interrupting us," she scolded. But the boys just laughed, grabbed Angelina's scarf, and tweaked Flora's whiskers. "Little ballerinas can't catch us," they shouted as they zoomed away. Angelina and her friends chased Spike and Sammy all across the ice. And then Angelina made a huge snowball and hurled it in at the boys. Oh, what do you think's going to happen next? You think there'll be a snowball fight? Well, let's find out. "Great! A snowball fight!" Spike yelled, throwing one back at Angelina. Then everybody started throwing snowballs everywhere. And soon Miller's Pond was a blizzard of flying snow and shouting skaters. And it looks like there's a huge snowball fight, and it looks like the younger mice are very cold now. Do you think the boys will stop? Well, let's find out. The next day, Angelina put on her skates and whizzed past Spike and Sammy, snatched their caps, and raced off laughing with the boys just behind her. They were very fast, but Angelina could do all sorts of tricky twists and spins. And just as Spike and Sammy thought they would grab her, she spun out of reach, and they smashed into each other, collapsing on the ice. Wow, it looks like Angelina got her revenge, huh? But let's see what happens. Spike gazed at Angelina in admiration. "You ballerinas are fast." "Would you like to be in our show?" asked Angelina, tossing back their caps. Spike and Sammy leapt up. "Yes!" they shouted, skating in circles around her. So it looks like they made up and now they're working together. Isn't that a good idea, boys and girls? Sammy loved doing funny tricks, and Spike, who could skate backward, was proud to be the Snow King. Best of all, they helped Henry build a huge snow fort. "It will make a nice snow palace for our show," said Henry enthusiastically. "What a great idea," admired Angelina. On New Year's Eve, the whole village dressed up and came to celebrate. Miller's Pond looked magical as the performers skated onto the ice, in Mrs. Mouseling's costumes, and Henry's snow fort gleamed in the moonlight. When Angelina danced into the spotlight that night, she felt just like a real snow queen. Spike and Sammy did exciting leaps and jumps together, and Henry was thrilled to be the king's attendant, while Felicity, Flora, and Alice seemed to fly across the ice like delicate snowflakes. At the end of the performance, as the magic hour of midnight approached and fireworks sparkled in the sky, Angelina and her friends wished everyone joy and peace, and they all sang and danced together to welcome in the new year. All right, and that is the end of the story. What a fun story, huh? And there's a good lesson involved too. Sometimes it's better to work together than to fight all the time. Isn't that a great lesson to learn, boys and girls? All right. So let's wrap up our New Year's book with another New Year's song. It is called Ring the Bells. You know the drill. Follow along in your song sheet, and it goes something like this. Ring the bells, ring the bells, ring them loud and clear. Let's tell everyone around that the new year is here. Ring the bells, ring the bells, ring them loud and clear. All right, I messed up a little bit. Let's try that again. Sorry, let's try that one more time. I apologize. Switch my tunes around. Here's how it goes. Ring, ring, ring the bells, ring them loud and clear. Let's tell everyone around that the new year is here. Ring, ring, ring the bells, ring them loud and clear. Let's tell everyone around that the new year is here. All right, good job. And I apologize for mixing up the tunes, but that's how Ring the Bells really sounds. All right, so as I said before, we're still currently in the season of winter. And what's the big thing you think of when you think of winter? Well, if you think of snow, you're probably right. And with snow comes snowballs, snowball fights, snowmen, snow people, all that fun stuff. And we're going to be reading a book about that very shortly. But now I want to introduce a song called Snowball. So follow along your song sheet. And just to let you know, all of the winter songs are from the website Teaching Mama. So if you want to view the lyrics to the songs I'm mentioning, as well as any other winter songs, please click on the link in this video description. But Snowball goes a little something like this. Make a snowball, throw it now, throw it now. Make a snowball, throw it now, throw it now. Everybody, make a snowball, throw it now, throw it now. Make a snowball, throw it now, throw it now. All right, good job, boys and girls. Let me introduce you to our next book. This is called Snowballs. Now, the author and illustrator is Lois Ehlert, and the publisher is Harcourt Inc. Are we ready? Here we go. Do you think birds know when it's going to snow? I do. The seeds we left out were almost gone. New snow would soon bury the rest. Yeah, so it's winter is starting and it's starting to snow. We've been waiting for a really big snow, saving good stuff in a sack. Finally, it was a perfect snowball day. You know those days when there's a lot of snow and it doesn't stop? Good for making snowballs and snow people, right? Well, let's see what happens. Looks like they have perfect materials for snow people. We rolled 3 snowballs and made a snow dad. All right, there's a snow dad right over there. Let's see what else. Added a snow mom. Look at that. Looks like they're making a snow family, am I right? And a snow boy. Ooh, look at that. Made a snow girl. Yeah, it looks like they're definitely making a snow family. And look at all the nice decorations they're using. And a round snow baby. What do you think? Do you think they just made up the snow family? Or do you think it resembles the narrator's family? Take a minute to think about that. Oh, here. Built our cat, and to end the day, so it looks like they are resembling their own family. Made our dog Spot. Why do you think they named the dog Spot? Well, if it's because of all the spots you see, you're probably right. I guess you know what happened when the sun came out. Uh-oh. What happens when the sun comes out and it gets warmer? The snow melts, right? Let's see what happens. Snow Dad shrinking. Look at that. He's going away. Mom is mush, boy's a blob, girl is slush. Baby's melting, cat's getting small, dog is a puddle. Yeah, looks like they're all melting away. That's what happens when the sun comes out. So long, Snowball. Cute story, right? And it even gives you information about the names of all the cool things they use to build their snowman. Some information about snow itself, as well as what makes it snow in the first place. But fun, huge story, huh? Does it want entice you to go and make some snowballs and snow people and snow families? All right. Well, today, as I mentioned before, January is the start of a brand new year. And I know it's a little late, but I thought I could create happy little New Year's party hats. So you're going to color in and follow some directions. When it's finished, it'll look something like this. See that? But in your you should have received kits prior to this video, and in your kits you should have had two New Year's hat templates, which look like these, and 2 pom-poms. Now, before we begin, I just want to tell you the New Year's templates was from a website called Happiness is Homemade. If you want to look for these templates as well as other New Year's activities and other holiday activities, please click on the link in this description. Alright, so we're going to spend a few minutes showing you how to make these hats. So take one of your templates. I am going to use this one. And take any coloring instrument you have, colored pencils, crayons, and markers. And we're going to spend some time coloring in your template. So, are you ready? Alright, let's begin. Only going to allow a few minutes to color these. I hope everybody's having a good day today. I certainly am. So just keep coloring. And if you need more time, you can always pause this video in order to finish, okay? So just color in your hats, keep going. How are you doing, boys and girls? Are you enjoying this? So I'm just gonna... finish this up really quick before I move on to the next step. So just keep coloring. We're going to wrap it up, the coloring, in a minute. But like I said, if you need more time, please feel free to pause the video while you catch up, okay? It's a pre-recorded video. So here's my colored hat template. Cool, huh? The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your scissors and you are going to cut out all through the black solid line like this. And you may want to have a grown-up help you with this if you need to. Put the scraps rest to the side right now. And just cut all the way around the solid line. Do not cut at the dotted line, okay? And you'll see why in a minute. So here is what the hat should look like when it's all cut out. Now you're going to go to the dotted line. Well, you're going to take the corner of it where the dotted line is. You're going to fold it up to the dotted line. And like I said, you may want to have a grown-up help you with this step. But here's the fold right here. Then you're going to take your glue. You're going to place some glue at the fold, like so. So there should be some glue at the fold. Then you're going to take your other end and you're going to glue it, place it over the fold and press down hard so that the glue stays. So it should look something like this when you press it together. Then last but not least, you're going to take your pom-pom. You are going to put some glue on the pom-pom. Then you're going to press it to the very tip top of your hat. And there is your New Year's Day party hat. Now I suggest waiting a few hours for it to dry before you wear it. But it's a very simple craft. It's a lot of fun. You can think about it for next New Year's. But I hope you had fun making this. I certainly had fun making it with you, boys and girls. But as of right now, let's sing another winter song. And this song is called I'm a Little Snowman. So, are you ready? Okay, here we go. I'm a little snowman, short and fat. Here are my buttons, here is my hat. When the sun comes out, I can't play. I just slowly melt away. All right, everybody. I'm a little snowman, short and fat. Here are my buttons, here is my hat. When the sun comes out, I can't play. I just slowly melt away. All right. Good job, boys and girls. So, did you have fun listening to those fun stories? I hope you enjoyed the Angelina Ice Skates story, and I hope you had a fun time looking at all the snow family and the melting snowman and snowballs in our other story. And I hope you had fun creating our cute little New Year's Day hats. Cool, huh? But anyway, I hope you had a good time. But sadly, we have to wrap it up for today. And next week, in addition to Angelina Ice Skates, we'll have another winter book for us to read and take a look at. But in any event, it's time to wrap up our session today. And we are going to start with wrap up with our goodbye song. Are you ready? Here we go. Hands go up, hands go down. I can turn round and round. I can jump upon two shoes. I can clap and so can you. I can wave, I'll show you how. Story time is done for now. Everybody, hands go up, hands and so can you. I can wave, I'll show you how. Story time is done for now. Alright, thank you so much for joining me, boys and girls. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next week.